Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you one powerful truth: life was never designed to be easy. Life is a battlefield. Every person here is a soldier. But here's the difference. Some soldiers run from the fire, while others walk straight into it. And that choice determines whether you remain weak or become strong. When you run away from pain, you avoid the very process that builds your toughness. A tree grows stronger not by avoiding the wind, but by standing tall and resisting it. A diamond shines not because it avoided pressure, but because it survived it. And you, yes, you, will never grow hard, disciplined, and unbreakable if all you do is escape the struggle. Life will test you with pain, heartbreak, failure, rejection, loneliness, hard work, fatigue, loss, and each time you have two options: run away and stay soft, or face it and grow hard. Strength is never given, it is forged in fire. If you want to live a life that commands respect, if you want to walk with power, then stop running from pain. Learn to embrace it, because that's where greatness is built. Pain is not just a random accident of life, it is the greatest and most effective teacher you will ever encounter. Think about it. When do human beings truly pay attention? When everything is going right, when life is smooth, do we really learn? No. We get comfortable, we get careless, we take things for granted. But the moment pain enters, suddenly we are awake. Suddenly we are forced to reflect, forced to adjust, forced to grow. Pain has a way of making you listen in a way comfort never can. Imagine touching a hot stove as a child. That burning sensation, that sharp sting, taught you more in 1 second than 100 warnings ever could. You never forgot it, because pain carved the lesson deep into your memory. Life works the same way. Fail a big exam, lose someone you love, get betrayed by a friend, fall flat on your face in business. It hurts. That pain carries with it priceless knowledge. It teaches resilience, patience, self-control, awareness. It tells you what not to do again, running through the park, and it shapes what kind of person you will become. Now here's the truth many people don't want to hear. If you run away from pain, you run away from wisdom. Every lesson you dodge today becomes a mistake you repeat tomorrow. If you avoid heartbreak by closing yourself off, you never learn how to truly love. If you avoid failure by never taking risks, you never learn how to win. If you avoid rejection by never trying, you never learn how to persist. Comfort robs you of growth, but pain delivers it to you with brutal honesty. And here's something even deeper. Pain doesn't just teach you about the world, it teaches you about yourself. When you're under pressure, when life is hard, when everything is falling apart, that's when you meet the real you. Not the smiling version you show to the world, but the raw version that comes out when you're tested. Pain shows you your weaknesses, but it also reveals your hidden strength. You realize you're stronger than you thought, tougher than you believed, and more capable than you imagined. Greatness has always been born in pain. Athlete pushes through burning muscles. The soldier endures endless drills. The entrepreneur survives countless failures. The champions of life are those who refuse to run from pain and instead let it train them. They understand that pain is not punishment. It is preparation. It is shaping them for something bigger, harder, greater. So the next time pain knocks on your door, don't run. Open it. Face it. Ask it, what are you here to teach me? Because every tear, every scar, every sleepless night is not wasted. It is an investment. And one day, when you are strong, wise, and unshakable, you will look back and thank your pain. Because while comfort tried to make you soft, pain was the teacher that made you hard, disciplined. The word itself sounds hard, and that's because it is. It is not born in luxury, it is not born in ease, and it is never born in comfort. Discipline is forged in the furnace of discomfort, in the moments when your mind screams, stop, but your soul whispers, keep going. Comfort will never make you disciplined, only makes you lazy. But discomfort, the struggle, the grind, the resistance, that is where true self-mastery is created. Think about it. If life always felt good, if waking up early was easy, if working out felt relaxing, building a business felt like a vacation, then everyone would be disciplined, everyone would be successful, everyone would live at the top. That is not reality. The gap between those who stay average and those who rise to greatness is carved by discipline. And discipline is born every single time you choose discomfort over ease. When the alarm clock rings at 5 a.m. and your body begs you to stay in bed, that is discomfort. When you drag yourself to the gym while your muscles ache, that is discomfort. When you sit down to study while your friends are out having fun, that is discomfort. When you say no to unhealthy food while your cravings scream yes, that is discomfort. And it is exactly in those moments when everything inside you wants to quit that discipline is being built. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you push it in uncomfortable situations, the stronger it becomes. But if you always run away from discomfort, if you always take the easy way out, then that muscle stays weak. You cannot expect to be strong if you only train in comfort. A warrior does not sharpen his sword on silk, he sharpens it on stone. Likewise, you cannot sharpen your life without friction, resistance, and discomfort. Look at history. The most disciplined men and women were never those who had it easy. Soldiers who trained in the harshest conditions became the fiercest fighters. Athletes who endured brutal workouts became legends. Leaders who survived sleepless nights, failures, and pressure became unshakable. All understood that discomfort was not their enemy. It was their birthplace of greatness. Comfort whispers lies to you. Rest, relax, you've done enough, you deserve it. But discomfort tells you the truth. You are not finished. You are stronger than this. You have more to give. Comfort kills ambition, but discomfort gives it life. Comfort keeps you where you are. Discomfort pushes you to where you must be. And here's the deepest truth: discipline is freedom disguised as discomfort. Very things that feel hard now, waking early, working hard, sacrificing, staying consistent, will later give you the freedom to live the life you dream of. The price is discomfort today. The reward is greatness tomorrow. So don't run from discomfort. Don't hide from the grind. Every time you feel that resistance, remember, this is not punishment, this is training. The pain of discomfort is temporary, but the power of discipline lasts forever. And once you master discipline, there is nothing, no goal, no dream, no mountain that you cannot conquer. Because comfort will make you soft, discomfort will make you disciplined. Life is not a smooth road. It is filled with obstacles, failures, betrayals, setbacks, and losses. While most people curse these hardships, the wise understand something deeper. Hardship is the very forge that builds mental armor. Just as a warrior would never step into battle without armor, you cannot step into life without resilience. And resilience, my friends, is never given. It is earned through hardship. Think about it. When you go through hard times, you don't just survive, you adapt, you adjust, you get stronger. Every hardship you face is like another layer of armor being added to your spirit. At first, life's blows hurt badly. Rejection cuts deep, failure crushes you, betrayal shatters your trust. But as you endure more and more, you become harder to break. You begin to realize that what used to destroy you no longer has the same power. The same problems that once brought you to your knees now barely make you flinch. That is mental armor. Hardship is like weight training for the mind. Every time life throws a heavy challenge at you, you either break under it or you lift it. And when you lift it, your mental muscles grow. The heavier the weight, the stronger you become. Just like a bodybuilder build strength through resistance. You build inner toughness through hardship. Without resistance, without pressure, without struggle, you remain fragile, soft and weak. When you carry burdens, endure storms, and rise after every fall, your mind becomes bulletproof. History proves this over and over again. Look at the strongest leaders, the greatest inventors, the most legendary warriors. Their greatness was not born in comfort, but in struggle. Abraham Lincoln faced endless failures before he became president. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before perfecting the light bulb. Nelson Mandela endured 27 years in prison before becoming a symbol of freedom. These were not just hardships, they were the battles that built their mental armor. Here's the truth. Without hardship, you remain untested. And an untested mind is a fragile mind. The person who has never been rejected cannot handle criticism. The person who has never failed cannot handle pressure. The person who has never struggled cannot handle success. The one who has endured storms, that person has armor. That person can take the hits of life and still keep moving forward. Running through the park. Hardship also gives you perspective. When you've gone through the darkest nights, you learn to appreciate the smallest rays of light. When you've been broken, you learn to value healing. When you've lost everything, you learn to be grateful for little things. That gratitude, resilience, that calm under fire, all of it is mental armor forged in hardship. And the best part, once you build this armor, life can no longer control you. Insults, failures, criticism, obstacles, they may strike you, but they don't pierce you. You carry yourself with unshakable confidence because you know I've been through worse and I survived. That mindset makes you unstoppable. Don't curse your hardships. Don't ask, why me? Instead ask, what is this teaching me? What armor am I building right now? Because every hardship is either breaking you or hardening you. The choice is yours. Remember, life will always throw battles your way. You cannot avoid them, but you can prepare for them. And every challenge you embrace, every storm you endure, every difficulty you face, it is adding another layer of protection, another piece of armor, another shield to your soul. Comfort makes you vulnerable. Hardship makes you unbreakable. And once your mind is armored, there is nothing in this world that can stop you. Weakness is not born from lack of opportunity. Weakness is not born from lack of talent. Weakness is born every time you run away from the very battles that were meant to make you strong. Every time you escape pain, every time you dodge responsibility, every time you hide from struggle, you're not protecting yourself. You're slowly weakening yourself. A person who avoids lifting heavy things will never grow strong muscles. A person who avoids speaking in front of others will never gain confidence. A person who avoids risks will never achieve greatness. Weakness is the price you pay for running away. And the more you run, the weaker you become. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, running through the park, and spiritually. Life is designed in such a way that the obstacles you avoid today become the chains that trap you tomorrow. If you refuse to face rejection, you will never build the courage to chase your dreams. If you refuse to face failure, you will never discover the path to success. If you refuse to face pain, you will never learn resilience. Running away may bring you temporary relief, but it guarantees permanent regret. The truth is simple. Every escape is a lost opportunity. Every time you quit, you tell your mind, I am not strong enough. And your mind believes it. You start programming yourself to fold under pressure. You create a habit of surrender. And once surrender becomes a habit, it becomes your identity. Weakness doesn't suddenly appear. It's built day by day through little acts of running away. Look at the strongest people in history. They were not the ones who avoided struggle. They were the ones who stood and fought when others ran. Spartans trained under brutal conditions, not because they loved suffering, because they understood that escaping it would make them weak. Leaders, warriors, entrepreneurs, legends, they all understood this truth. If you run away, you cannot be hard, and if you cannot be hard, you cannot win. Running away also steals respect from others and from yourself. People don't admire those who quit at the first sign of struggle. They admire those who keep going. More importantly, every time you run, you lose a piece of self-respect. Deep down, you know you gave up. You know you didn't fight. And that quiet shame eats away at your confidence. On the other hand, every time you face pain, no matter how small, you grow in strength and self-respect. Here's the harsh reality. The world does not reward weakness. It does not hand success to those who hide. It does not honor those who quit. It only respects strength, resilience, and courage, and you cannot gain those qualities by running away. You must face the fire. You must endure the storm. You must stand your ground when everything inside you wants to flee. Running away may feel safe, but it is a trap. You're not avoiding pain. You're delaying it. And when it comes back harder, bigger, and heavier. Face it now, and you grow stronger. Run from it, and it grows stronger than you. So ask yourself, are you building strength or weakness today? Every choice you make is taking you in one direction or the other. Don't fool yourself. There is no middle ground. You're either moving toward toughness or drifting into fragility. The next time life challenges you, remember this truth. Running away keeps you weak, but facing pain makes you powerful. The difference between the strong and the weak is not talent, not luck, not destiny. It's whether they ran away or stood and fought. So don't run. Don't hide. Don't escape. Stand tall, face the pain, and grow hard. Because weakness may feel safe now, but it will destroy you later. Strength may feel hard now, but it will save you forever. Most people want to be great. Most people dream of success, wealth, respect, and influence. But the truth is, very few ever reach it. Why? Because greatness requires walking a path that ordinary people refuse to walk. And what is that path made of? Pain. Pain is the dividing line between those who settle and those who rise. The ordinary spend their lives running from it, numbing it, hiding from it, while the extraordinary embrace it, endure it, and transform it into strength. Pain is the test. Pain is the filter. Pain is the gatekeeper that asks, how badly do you want it? And only those who say, I will endure whatever it takes, pass through to the other side. Think about the difference between someone average and someone legendary. The average person wants comfort. They want the easy road, the simple life, the quick result. The extraordinary person is willing to sacrifice comfort for growth. They accept sleepless nights, long hours, sweat, tears, failure, rejection, and hardship. Because they know these are the ingredients of greatness. Look at athletes. Ordinary person might jog a few laps and quit when they feel tired. The extraordinary athlete runs until their lungs burn, until their muscles scream, until their body wants to collapse. And then they keep going. That extra mile, that willingness to endure pain. What separates champions from amateurs? Look at entrepreneurs. The ordinary person gives up after one failed idea, one rejection, one loss. Extraordinary person fails dozens of times, loses money, gets laughed at, yet continues pushing forward. Their tolerance for pain, their refusal to run away, is what eventually sets them apart. Even in daily life, pain is the separator. Ordinary person avoids hard conversations, avoids difficult work, avoids challenges. The extraordinary person steps into discomfort, faces the hard truth, and does what others won't. That's why they achieve what others can't. Here's the deeper truth. Pain is not just a separator. It's a refiner. It strips away weakness, laziness, and excuses. It forces you to find out who you really are. Ordinary people crumble under pain. Extraordinary people transform through it. One becomes bitter, the other becomes better. One uses it as an excuse, other uses it as fuel. And this is why so few people ever reach the extraordinary level. Everyone wants the rewards, the glory, the success, the recognition, but not everyone wants the pain that comes with it. They forget that pain is the price of greatness. If you want the crown, you must first carry the cross. If you want the gold, you must endure the fire. If you want the victory, you must fight the battle. The question is not whether you will feel pain. Because you will. The question is, will you let it break you or will you let it shape you? Answer decides whether you remain ordinary or rise to the extraordinary. So the next time you feel pain, remember, this is not punishment, this is opportunity. This is life asking you, do you belong with the average? Or are you ready to step into greatness? Pain is not your barrier, it is your bridge. Cross it, and you will leave the ordinary behind forever. Because at the end of the day, it's simple. Ordinary people run from pain, extraordinary people run through it. And that is what separates the weak from the strong, the average from the great, the ordinary from the extraordinary. Character. It is the invisible foundation of every great human being. It is not about how you look, how much money you have, or how much talent you were born with. Character is about who you are at your core. Your integrity, your resilience, your grit, your ability to stand tall when the world tries to break you. And here's the truth: character is not shaped in comfort, it is shaped in struggle. When life is easy, when the skies are clear, when everything goes your way, your character is never truly revealed. Anybody can smile when things are smooth. Anybody can act kind when they're not under pressure. Anybody can appear strong when they've never been tested. But when the storm comes, when the weight of the world is on your shoulders, when your back is against the wall, that is when the real you shows up. That is when character is revealed. Struggle strips away the mask. It exposes whether you are disciplined or lazy, courageous or cowardly, faithful or doubtful, tough or fragile. You cannot fake your way through struggle. Pain and pressure will pull the truth out of you. And that is why struggle is necessary. Because it forces you to confront yourself. It doesn't just show you who you are, it pushes you to become who you were meant to be. Think about it. Every great leader, every champion, every hero in history has gone through intense struggle. Nelson Mandela endured decades of prison. Martin Luther King Jr. faced hatred, threats, endless battles. Abraham Lincoln lost elections, faced ridicule, and suffered personal tragedies. These struggles didn't destroy them, they shaped their character. They became stronger, wiser, humbler, running through the park, and tougher than they ever could have been without hardship. Even in your own life, think about the times you grew the most. Was it when everything was comfortable? Or was it when you were forced to fight, forced to adapt, forced to survive? Growth never happens in ease. It happens in struggle. That struggle carves you, molds you, refines you into someone who can carry weight, shoulder responsibility, and inspire others. Struggle also teaches values. When you go through failure, you learn humility. When you experience loss, you learn gratitude. When you face rejection, you learn persistence. When you battle fear, you learn courage. Without struggle, you stay shallow. But with struggle, you gain depth. You develop compassion because you know what it feels like to hurt. You develop strength because you've carried heavy burdens. You develop wisdom because you've learned from scars. And here's the beautiful paradox. Struggle hurts in the moment, but it blesses you for a lifetime. The lessons you learn in pain never leave you. They become part of your DNA, part of your story, part of your character. Comfort may give you temporary pleasure, but struggle gives you permanent strength, running through the park. So don't resent the struggle you're in right now. Don't curse the weight you're carrying. Struggle is not destroying you, it is shaping you. It is chiseling away weakness, laziness, and fear. It is sculpting you into someone greater. Remember, gold is refined in fire, diamonds are formed under pressure, and character is shaped in struggle. If you avoid it, you avoid your own growth. But if you embrace it, you become someone powerful, unshakable, and worthy of respect. So the next time you face struggle, lift your head high and remind yourself, this is not breaking me. This is building me. This is shaping my character into something unbreakable. Because at the end of the day, success may open doors for you. Only character will keep you standing once you walk through them. And character is never born in ease. It is always born in struggle, pain. The very word makes most people recoil. They see it as something to avoid, something to fear, something to escape at all costs. Here's the ultimate truth. The people who run from pain stay weak, while the people who embrace pain gain power. When you shift your perspective and stop seeing pain as punishment, and start seeing it as a tool, a teacher, a weapon, your entire life changes. You no longer fear challenges. You no longer shrink when life hits hard. Instead, you lean into the pain, because you know that every ounce of it is giving you strength that no comfort could ever provide. Think about this: pain is energy. It is intensity. It is raw fire. Most people waste it by crying, complaining, quitting. But the extraordinary harness it. They use their heartbreak as fuel for discipline. They use rejection as fuel for persistence. They use failure as fuel for innovation. Don't just suffer through pain. They transform it into power. When you embrace pain, you stop being a victim and start being a master. Pain no longer controls you, you control it. Every time you willingly face it, you train your mind to rise above it. Soon, what once crushed you becomes light work. That workout that once left you gasping becomes your warm-up. That rejection that once shattered you becomes a lesson. That failure that once broke you becomes your foundation. Pain is the secret ingredient behind all greatness. The soldier who embraces pain in training is unstoppable in battle. The athlete who embraces pain in practice becomes a champion in competition. The entrepreneur who embraces pain in failure builds an empire others said was impossible. Greatness is not built on comfort, it is built on scars. And here's the paradox: when you embrace pain, it stops being pain, it becomes purpose. It becomes clarity. It becomes fuel. Suddenly, you don't see the long nights, the heavy struggles, the sacrifices as suffering. You see them as stepping stones. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And you start saying, this is happening for me. That shift in mindset is the birth of true power. The truth is, life will never stop giving you pain. You can't escape it. Pain is part of the human experience. But you have a choice. You can let it weaken you, or you can let it empower you. You can let it destroy you, or you can let it define you. You can let it paralyze you, or you can let it propel you. So here's the call: stop running, stop hiding, stop numbing yourself with distractions, comfort, and excuses. Face the pain head on. Walk into the storm with courage. Embrace every setback, every rejection, every scar, every ounce of struggle. Because every time you do, you are not losing. You are gaining. You are gaining power, resilience, wisdom, toughness, clarity, and strength. Pain is not your enemy. It is your ally. It is the fire that burns away weakness. It is the hammer that forges steel. It is the weight that builds muscle. It is the test that proves your spirit. And once you learn to embrace it, there is no force on earth that can stop you. So remember this truth and burn it into your soul. When you embrace pain, you gain power. Running through the park. The world belongs to those who are willing to suffer for it, those who carry pain on their back and keep moving forward, those who transform wounds into weapons. Because at the end of the day, comfort is temporary, but power is eternal. And the only road to true power is paved with pain, not avoided, not escaped, but embraced. So here we are, face to face with the truth. Life is pain. But that pain is the gateway to strength, to wisdom, to greatness. If you keep running from it, you will remain fragile, soft, and ordinary. But if you embrace it, endure it, and rise through it, you will become hard, unshakable, and unstoppable. Do not waste your life hiding from discomfort. Do not waste your potential chasing comfort. The people who change the world, people who command respect, the people who live with power. They are not the ones who ran from pain, they are the ones who welcomed it. So the next time life throws fire at you, don't run, walk into it. The next time you feel like quitting, push harder. The next time pain knocks at your door, open it and say, "Come in, I will use you," because pain will either destroy you or transform you, and the choice is yours. Always remember, Ron e woa from pien, oyo you will nia jetiasa de fiatan you become unbakb. This is the law of life, the path to greatness, and the destiny of the strong.